Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from Yahoo Finance. I will leave a link to it in the description so you guys could check it out. So Verizon reports their second quarter earnings July 25th. So we saw Verizon's Q1. They took a loss. They said they had some positive momentum towards the end of that quarter, but they decided to launch a new plan. They tried to be innovative. They tried some new marketing, and we likely won't see any of bigger results of that move until Q3 and Q4. But I'm here to tell you guys, expect another loss from Verizon in the second quarter. T-Mobile already told us they're going to do 729,000 or more. That's a pretty good amount of growth. AT&T told us they're going to do around 300,000, right? About 100,000 less versus Q1. They did 400,000 in Q1, so they'll be right around 300,000. And then if you factor in cable's growth, they have been growing these last few quarters at, I would say, pretty big numbers. Then you look at Verizon, and they're probably going to have a loss. The math is there. T-Mobile's growing, AT&T's growing, although not as much. Cable is growing 5, 6, 700,000 ads. So there's not a lot for Verizon to pull from. So Verizon is looking like they're going to take another loss in the second quarter. Now, a lot of people are going to have mixed feelings about that because Verizon introduced a My Plan. They were confident. They were excited about the launch. They made a bunch of videos. Bunch of executives spoke about it very highly, and as they should. But if you guys watched my videos, I told you guys I don't think it's going to move the needle. And it looks like it hasn't yet. So again, when they report losses in the second quarter, and then if they have very little to no growth in the third quarter, we're going to be back in these videos talking about what do they have to do to get growth back. And then if they continue taking losses or they can't see any growth, Verizon will have to go back to the drawing boards themselves. They'll have to get back into the meetings. Sampath will have to figure something out. And, we're back to square one. Nothing will have changed. And it's just going to need, I think they're going to need new leadership. They're going to have to be different. They can't be the same Verizon they were this entire decade. It's not working. It hasn't worked, right? We talk about root metrics. We talk about them winning root metrics. We talk about them deploying C-band at a very fast pace. We talk about them putting up new sites in rural areas. We talk about them catching and overtaking T-Mobile on Ookla and OpenSignal. That could potentially happen very quickly with the C-band now being deployed and then the bandwidth increasing. Blocks are clearing early. We see all that, and yet there's no growth to show for it. The consumer has been flat or a loss. Fixed wireless access is growing, but they're not pulling in wireless ads from that growth. So it's really just growing based on what that customer pays every month, and that's more like a revenue. But even that is not really, it's not offsetting the losses that they're taking on wireless. So again, they're back to square one. My plan effectively didn't work. And of course, we still have another quarter or so to see the effects of that, but I don't think it's moving the needle. I don't think, like I said in the previous video, I don't think people are breaking down Verizon's retail doors wanting this plan or wanting the switch. So now it's a brand issue, in my opinion. It's a perception issue. They're still perceived to be the most expensive, although they did lower pricing a bit. So it's going to take them a while to really get out of that perception, to get out of that hole. They're going to have to do some different things. They're going to have to do some fun things. They're going to have to, maybe in the future with new leadership, they drop pricing once and for all. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of options out there for them to to make it more competitive, but they're going to have to get more competitive. The whole notion, them being the premium carrier, the network, this and that, it hasn't worked. Like I said, they've been cleaning house on root metrics. They're getting ready to catch and surpass T-Mobile on the other third-party testing firms, and it still hasn't led to growth. Like somebody mentioned in my comments, T-Mobile has been losing or doing very bad on root metrics for a long time. They haven't won anything really, or have gained enough on enough reports in terms of winning to make it anything meaningful, and they still have the most growth. So Verizon's doing something wrong. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel for more, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.